Today we're going to be talking about the Wrestling Code from Virtual Basement, this passion project from a very small team of developers. They've been working on this thing for a long time. They just came out with a brand new trailer we're going to break down. I'm really excited about this game. There's a lot of cool stuff in this. Shout out to Chris Danger in this trailer because he did full motion capture and everything, and it's really excited to see somebody like Chris get in the game. So the first part that we're looking at here as I'm going through this and I'm watching the trailer along with you, the first thing I want to talk about is going to be the entrance, and a lot of things to unpack with the entrance itself. So like Chris's model number one, I think they did an excellent job doing the motion capture and doing the whole capture of Chris Danger. I think his attire looks just spot on. I believe Chris did all of the motion capture too and did all of the behind the scenes stuff. The thing too that I really like is going to be Pyro looks really good. One of the things that stands out to me at the beginning of this trailer, just looking at the main entrance here, I love how like the Titantron looks. I like how big everything looks and feels from the stage design. And then we'll talk about the crowd in just a second. One spot to pause on is going to be right as Chris is coming down to the ring, and you get a shot of Chris like from behind. You could see the crowd in the arena too. Like the crowd and the depth of it looks really good. So it's something like with the camera angles that they've done here, it stands out way more than a 2K game. That's what I really like, is that you could see like up to the upper levels of the deck of all of the fans in the crowd. It's really cool. The shot of Chris going up to the turnbuckle too to do his pose, and you can see the Wrestling Code at the very top, looks awesome. Again, I think the lighting on this looks excellent. Like I got no qualms with it. I like, again, the camera panning up and down and giving you just different angles all the way through. It looks really cool. You can see too that if we pause with Chris in the ring, you got a couple of things just ringside. So you have the announcers table, and they've also got the big TV screens sitting in front of them, which is kind of fun. They've got ringside. It looks like they've got maybe the ring bell that it is obviously ringside with just a regular table. So it'd be cool that if this is going to be just in the game and available, I would hope that you could actually go ringside and be able to grab the bell and pick it up and use it as a weapon. One of the things that like 2K, it always bothers me is that the ring bell is ringside, but you can't grab it anymore, and you used to in the old games. Same with like a championship belt. I wonder if Wrestling Code can get it to a point where you'd be able to go and grab in a championship match and be able to grab the belt ringside and then be able to use it in the match as a weapon. But I really like that little bit of detail in there. And again, you can see like really good crowd animations too. So for the tech preview itself, Wrestling Code talked about the following. They have these all checked off for their episode 7 tech preview. So they have DMX real-time lighting system for the entrances, the audience system that can render 18,000 plus in attendance, finalized motion capture entrance pipeline, the new wrestler announcement, the new stadium arena showcase, entrance pyro Titantron system, and smoke effects. So honestly, for a tech preview, I'm looking at Chris Danger on the stage as like he is just coming out and the camera pans up to him. It's really good, like for his facial animations, for capturing it, it looks really good. And I think the lighting looks good too. You can see like good lighting reflections off of his shoulders. I think it looks really solid for what they've done here for the entrance. Those camera pans though, from going from like one swooping side all the way around, they do almost a 360 look, and as they pan to the crowd, it gives it such a bigger feel. It is, again, something that I wish 2K would do more of, is, and I know it's tied to like, okay, well, how do the wrestlers come out and what that looks like for their specific entrance that they want to mimic. But Virtual Basement here, what they're doing, it's really cool that they can get you just different custom cameras, and they're utilizing a lot of different stuff to showcase it. I think they really nailed Chris's entrance too, like down to all of the details. Obviously, if he motion captured it, he's gonna want it to be really nailed, but this looks awesome. So then you have the in-game footage of Chris in the ring, and you got him doing Sweet Chin Music against Matt Cardona and setting it up. I do like that as he is trying to pump up for the Sweet Chin Music, you can see the crowd motioning and then cheering a little bit too. The one thing, and then I've noticed this across like other people that have been previewing it too, the one thing that I really like here is that for the in-game is the like ragdoll physics. There seems to be a big difference between one wrestler versus the other in terms of the reaction and how they react to different moves hitting them. But like Sweet Chin Music on Matt Cardona, I really like how they fall. You got super kick with the chair. I do think that they need to tweak a little bit of the sound effects, like with Sweet Chin Music hitting the guy, that smack sound. I think it just needs to be changed a little bit. What do I know? We got a little look at Kurt Angle as well, and I like the camera angles they're using for in-ring. it's a really pulled back. Honestly, it's not a bad thing because we're just so used to 2K for the last couple of years where they've got that really close zoom in look for the entire in-ring action. And Wrestling Code is like, obviously we have the ramp camera now in 2K24. With Virtual Basement here, I do like that the camera is following them around. It's pulled back a little bit more, but that allows you to see way more in the match, especially if you're gonna have like multi-man matches too. RVD's model here that we're looking at, it looks pretty good. I think that they did all the sculpting and everything, and he actually looks exactly like RVD. I think they did a great job. You got Ultimo Dragon as well. So what seems to be neat is that just looking at this trailer, they're doing like different motions and reactions to the moves. Like there's more variety in there based off of the different size wrestler that you're fighting, from like a Kurt Angle to an Ultimate Dragon, and then you getting up into like a heavyweight, super heavyweight. The reaction and then even the physics of them taking the move. I like if they're doing a move to a larger wrestler that they're gonna be slow to actually fall down. So I'd be curious to see something like suplex or something off the top rope, how a super heavyweight or heavyweight will react and how the ring physics, everything will kind of go. This is really good, really promising. I hope that the team can give us more tech demos like this. This was great. And once again, I think that based off of what I've read online is that it's a small team of a handful of creators, of developers. I think that if we are looking at this, which I didn't realize, I swear, like because of like the giant roster that they have and the amount of legends that they have on this thing, it's really cool that a small team are working on this thing. So I think that, like, for me, I want this game. I want to play more of it. Like, I want to see more of it. I want to actually have a match. I want to see full matches and the menus and everything. But because it's such a small team, I think we also have to keep in perspective and keep in mind that this thing will take time. Hopefully we do get more. Hopefully it will come out within the next couple of years, because I'd love to see what they can do when you're seeing like a full match playthrough. I think Chris Danger's entrance is a good one to showcase too, because it shows you a lot of variety for the lighting, the red, the reflections, the different camera motions that we talked about. I wonder what the control scheme is like too. Is it going to be on the like simpler side of 2K24, 2K19, Warzone? Like, is it gonna be button combinations? Are we gonna do that to pull off moves? The last thing I'll say here though is it's good to have options. I love to have variety in wrestling games, or just different wrestling games available in general, because we have the likes of 2K series, we have AEW Fight Forever, you've got Ultra Pro Wrestling, you've got Wrestling Code. It's great to have more and more games out there that can scoop up some legends and put them in a game. Hopefully as time goes by, Virtual Basement's The Wrestling Code will be able to show off more in terms of matches and what kind of the core features or things that they're going to highlight as like the big staples for their game. Like, is there a mode? Is there going to be something that really hooks players in there to keep them coming back, like a general manager mode? Or are they just gonna have like killer gameplay and just gonna be a fun game, wrestling game to play? But shout out to Chris Danger. Awesome to see him in the Wrestling Code. What do you guys want to see from this game? I have a lot of questions, but I think it's great. I want to see more. I'm intrigued. But hey, if you guys are in the mood and you want to talk more about WWE 2K, click this video right here because we got more to talk about. Have a great day. See ya.